Woo! Man, oh man. All right, we are live on Rumble. That's the way. Uh-huh. I like it. Uh-huh. Yes. Shout out to Sunny. Shout out to True Earth Whisperer and everybody else in the Foundry. You guys got your greeting. Y'all know how it is. I could definitely say what's up twice, but we got some time that we don't. We're not trying to burn too much of it. But Gregorio B, good to see you, sir. I thought I saw Jono Edwards in here. Macho Man, welcome, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Excuse me, I'm burping a little bit. Excuse me. Liberty Guy off grid. Good to see you, fam. I think I said what's up to you. Santero is here, man. Santero is here. Santero's joining us on the youth on the Rumble side. I've been fucking that up all day, but forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. Jono, our Earth is bigger. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. All right. Okay, let's get down to business, man. As I'd mentioned, there is a lot that I've come across these last few months, right? I have a rather difficult time doing things and not making excuses, so please forgive me for that. I just have a difficult time just gathering my thoughts when it comes to so many different. I've got the app, as you guys already know, which, shout out to you guys, to the guys that donated. You know who you are. I don't want to call you out. You know who you are for the 444. Much love, much appreciated. Thank you very much. But Mr. Rizzo, thank you. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you. And here's another thing. If you guys hadn't gotten it already, here it is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it to y'all. That is the app right there. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm also gonna pin it to the top. Saying I'm pinning that message right there to the top. So that's the donation to the app. Please donate to the hours. We're almost there, y'all. Listen, this is it. Crunch time. We are almost there, almost done with phase 2. This app is looking beautiful. It's looking marvelous. This is the first of its kind. So you guys definitely have a part to do in this app being built, but also history being made. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? This is a first of its kind of app, and I mean, no better group of people than you guys to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about it. And I think you guys should be too, because this thing is going to be phenomenal. And the best part about it is that it's ours, right? Kind of like how the play on words is, right? Old world ruins and structures. History, yes, is ours. This app also is ours. And man, once you get that thing in your hand and you start playing with it, boy, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a delight to your heart, I promise. So please, that's it right there. Please go ahead, donate 10 cents, buy me a coffee. There we go. You don't even have to freaking break the bank with it. Get me a coffee. Folgers work. It doesn't have to be Starbucks or nothing like that. Gasoline coffee, that work, 8 o'clock coffee, all that stuff. It doesn't have to be the foo coffee. Buy me a coffee. Let's get this app up and running. We're almost done with phase, so let's get that thing up and running. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be perfect. Anyway, a lot going on the last few months. As I've said, I'm just having a tough time putting all my craziness in one sock. I think I'm gonna Cafe Bustelo. That shit is crazy. Cafe Bustelo's strong as hell. Don't be putting all that. Don't put too much Cafe Bustelo. You'll never go to sleep. So anyway, there's been a lot. There's been a whole lot. I think every time I come on live, I'm like, there's a lot because there is a lot. And all the things that I've learned and all the things that I've come across. First off, just to kind of nip it in the bud, right? And admit wrongedness or admit when I'm in error. There are those pictures that were taken, right? Of course, we know Mikey Smith takes pictures of the stars. And shout out to the work that he does, right? I may not necessarily get along with him. That's neither here nor there. But there may be an issue with how those stars are being taken on, and or those stars are, and also not even or, but and also how those stars are being viewed. Now you got Harmon, you've got Jim Anus, you've got now JJ and Jay Bird. They're getting the stars. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys that are getting them as well. And that's kind of that's the direction that we kind of want to go in, right? Um, that even though one person is doing it, once you get into the groove of doing it, once you get the equipment, because I know that equipment is not cheap. Once you get the equipment to do it, like it becomes part of you. So like I wonder what Jim Anus could do if he had the same binoculars as Harmon. You know what I'm saying? Harmon's got those really good binoculars. Harmon, you could tell the guys about it, right? JJ got to play with them, and Jaybird got to play with. So those binoculars that Harmon has like $5,000, right? So those are some seriously good ones. I wonder somebody like Jim Anus that's constantly outside, constantly doing the right thing, staring those stars down. I wonder what kind of work he could by getting these stars. It would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you have people like Jaybird and JJ that are just they picked up the craft rather quickly, right? Something that these guys aren't used to doing, but they, Harmon put it in their hands and they took right to it like a freaking duck to water, right? And so these things are possible. You're capable of doing just as good of things as Jim Anus and Harmon and them, right? You just if you have the equipment, because I know it's expensive, you could do it too. So I wonder what that would look like. The P900 would look like with that, with the set of binoculars that Harmon has. I can only imagine what it's like. Who's this? Nodes Pair Bear. Good to see you. Oh, no, Nodes Pair. I call it Nodes Pair. Excuse me. No Despair Bear. Good to see you, fam. Nodes Pair. Like Robespierre. Robespierre. Nodes Pair. Ho, 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 ho. Oui, monsieur. Ho, ho. Ho, ho. Nodes Pierre. Nodes Bear. Ho, 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 ho. Oui, madame. Ho, 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 ho. Good to see you, No Despair. I'm giving you hell. But yeah, man, so I can only imagine what Jimenez could do with those with that camera, that P900 paired with the binoculars. And those are some really good binoculars. They're not a joke. Okay. So yeah, that's my take on that. But you gotta take another look. So they've gotten Jupiter, they've gotten the moons of Jupiter. Matter of fact, let me see if I could bring that up because I know Harmon sent me that. Harmon sent me that. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I'm gonna show it to y'all here in a little bit. These guys did amazing, amazing work. Jay Bird, Harmon, and JJ got some really good stuff. They got some really, really good stuff. It's a pain. It's a pain. Harmon, if you come on, then that would be fine. And then you could show it. We'll do that a little bit later. If you have that bandwidth to do that with me, then I'll be more than happy to do it with you. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a little bit about this map. Let's kind of roll into the map and what I came to discover. Okay, so as you guys know, a lot of people have been giving Urbano Monte's map plenty of attention, rightfully so. It's an amazing map. It's something for the eyes to behold, right? But I do think that there were a couple of things we might have missed. I spend a lot of time, okay? I spend a lot of time looking at Monty's map. I made a little map and then I threw some of those plastic sheets, that sticky joint on this. And this is a fuck around map of mine, right? A fuck around Urbano Monty's map. I also have one without the gloss on it, this one, where what I like to do is these outer portions where Antarctica is supposed to be. What I've done is I've labeled and I've gotten six of these exit wounds. I guess you could call them exit wounds, right? These little channels that give you access to outside of the Antarctic ring, okay? And there are a couple of things about Monty's map that I want us to kind of understand that this is what it is, right? Like we it's not a question of is it or is it not. It is what it is. But before I do all of that, I want to get in this channel right here. Oh Lord have mercy. Really? So I want to get into this channel, okay? This guy's channel is called Data 1 Bravo 4. Data 1B4. So I'm going to send you guys the link so you can all have it. Okay. Data 1B4. Boom. There it is. Boom. Right there. Data 1B4 on YouTube. And what I'm going to do is shout out to Data 1B4. Please subscribe to him. I don't know what his other content is like, but I do know that his Urbano Monty on YouTube, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay. So let me stop sitting there flapping my gums and let me let y'all get in on here. Can y'all see that? Let me know. I'm thinking you guys could see it. If you guys could see it, I think you guys can. Let's go ahead. And if the volume is too loud or too quiet, you let me know. But here he is. This is data 1 Bravo 4, the 1587 map that shouldn't exist. 25 anomalies found. Mythical creatures, Monty world map. Let's check it out.
Every 16th century, and it's full of glitches that shouldn't exist. Most people see an ice wall, but the man who drew it, Monte, saw something much more mysterious, like these mysterious creatures from mysterious lands from a long time ago. From giant birds carrying elephants to mirror kingdoms in the outer lands and the tusked beasts in the Arctic that look suspiciously like mammoths. We're diving into the 25 most insane points of interest on the Monte map. Buckle up. Geography is about to get weird. Hello, my name is Data. Hope you're doing well. In previous episodes, we've checked out the Monte 1587 map, and we've discovered that it is very much like an app, more than it is a map, with detailed information given all across. Now, knowing that it is a large 10-foot planisphere, there is much detail in there, so I'm going to have to zoom in to get some of the intricate details that are on this map because it is impossible to see from a large scale.
Oh, snap.
So we're going to zoom in and head towards the top 25 points of interest on this map, things that nobody should miss, many people haven't seen, and they're quite fascinating. So let's delve back in time to 1587 and into the mind space of how they saw the world back then. I'm probably going to switch myself into a smaller screen so that you can see these images on the map a lot clearer. So why don't we start out by doing that? Number one, we're going to go straight to the center of the map, the 4 magnetic islands right in the center. Sailors believed these were made of pure lodestone, and if your ship got too close, it would pull the iron nails right out of the hull, and your ship would never be seen again. Number 2, the giant whirlpool, known as the Indrawing Sea. It was believed to be the drain of the world's oceans, recycling the water through the center of the earth.
Guys, before we continue, he mentioned a point that I wanted to talk about. So for all my not even tech guys, but from all my mechanically inclined guys out there, let me know if you're familiar with magnets, if you're familiar with things like motors, rotors, stators, and the like. Me, at the beginning of my naval career, I was an electrician's mate, right? I think Andrew B it was is and was also an electrician in the Navy as well. So we kind of share that commonality between ourselves, he and I. Now, as an electrician's mate, one of the things that you learn are within the I think it's the rotor, if I'm not mistaken, right? Your rotor has magnets, right? You can have 4 magnets, and depending on how you want it to, not even how you want it to move, depending on how you send power to it, with AC current, this will be an alternating current magnet, right? An AC, but not even an AC magnet. Dang, it would be not a magnet, but rather a motor. Your motor, there would be 2 of these heads out of the 4 motors. 2 of these heads would have one type of pole, would have a north and a north, and then the other 2 would have a south. Then they would alternate. Then you would have 2 different magnets that are a south and a south, and then a north and a north, right? And then basically what it does is it helps turn the freaking heads. It helps turn the rotor. Your stator is stationary, your rotor is what's moving up. If man, it's been a while since I did anything electrical wise, but that's basically it. So this almost reminds me of those motors within your magnet, not your magnet, excuse me, your motor. I apologize, y'all. But yeah, this almost reminds me of your magnets within your motor. It's been years. It's been a long time. Shame on me for getting the stuff wrong, but I'm somewhere in the ballpark in the neighborhood. For all you electricians out there that I've sacrileged, I'm sure you guys will correct me, and I have no problem with being corrected, just as long as we get the correct information. Either way, these four islands, it appears as if they kind of function in that manner. But anyway, let's continue.
In Russian no, Monty described these giant earth dwellers that would die if they ever saw the sun.
Mm.
Likely a total misunderstanding of the mammoth remains. We'll never know. Number 4, the Japanese archipelago. This is the hidden gem. Monty got this information from actual Japanese teenagers, which was the Tensho embassy, who visited him in Milan in 1565. King Philip II of Spain, he's on Tavola 45. He isn't just on a ship, he's on a ship of state with a literal throne on deck, showing he rules the waves while sitting down.
Here's another thing that I noticed about King Filippo, right? Is the Earth grenade. A lot of these monarchs, a lot of these rulers, these Holy Roman people and stuff like that. What you're gonna notice is they always have like a Earth grenade. It's got a cross at the top, right? And a Earth, a ball Earth, a ball globular Earth. To me, what that shows is that these people are ready to bullshit. They're ready to bullshit the mass. I mean, I'm looking at it from a true earther's perspective. I'm sorry if that's not you. If you don't like that, I don't know what else to tell you, but that's how I'm seeing. But it seems as if they've taken on the understanding, or rather they've taken on, hey, this is the direction that we need to go, and this is what we need to tell the people, right? And they basically all agreed to it. We're gonna bullshit them. We're gonna tell them that it's a fucking ball. And hey, I'm carrying this cross as my standard, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna push this nonsense information, right? Remember, it was, I forgot the guy's name, Lemaire, I forget his name, but the French guy that spoke about the Big Bang, right? To get these guys to get the heliocentric train of thought, to give it some freaking teeth, right? And people actually bought into that. But saying all that to basically get your mind into understanding that it looks as if, and I could be wrong, I don't know, but it looks as if the monarchy of these countries, your Spain, your Holy Roman Empire, Italy, and all that, even Canterbury, I guess, freaking out in the UK, right? Italy and all that. These guys, they had an agenda. They had an agenda on how to a way in which to, I guess you could say, control the masses. Because if you look at Monty's map, King Philip's freaking standard is everywhere. Philip's standard is damn near everywhere. The British freaking the Royal Fleet, their standard is everywhere. So it's again as if these guys had an agenda. They knew to play on the same team, or at least feint as if they're playing on the same team, come with the same story, sell it to the people. Anyway, let's continue.
City Gold Bowl number 6. Monty drew these in America because Spanish explorers claimed the walls were made of solid gold.
Before he continues, I want you guys to take a look at this line of latitude. Take a look at this line. Is it perfect? Yes or no? Is this line perfect? Yes or no? I can't even see the chat. I'll be honest with you. I can't see the chat. So forgive me for that, please. But you're going to see that this line is not perfect. And the consistency that remains with Monty's map is that all of these lines of latitude, longitude, everywhere, they are not perfect. They're good, and they're good enough, right? If you're an artist, if you're a better than decent artist, drawing circles, you have a way in which you do them. Of course, they're not going to be all the way perfect as if you were using a protractor or anything else like that, right? But it's still something that you could do rather well. And so even on a 10-foot by 10-foot map, he managed to make this circle as best as possible, but you could tell that this thing is hand drawn. And I'm saying that because I want to get into your head. I want you guys to remember that this is not your traditional map. This map is not used with rulers. It is not used with compasses like that. I mean, compasses in order to know where what is in comparison to another thing. But Um, it's not drawn with your standard things to make perfect rounded edges or perfect round or perfect straight lines, right? So your latitude and longitude isn't going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect if you're drawing it free-handed. And this is something I instantly noticed without having to see anything, that I could see that Urbano Monty drew this thing free-handed. And then I guess you could say, as a reconfirmation, Monty Rumsey's staff recognized the same thing. They recognized the same thing, that this thing was hand drawn, free-handed, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Even though Tizuma long gone by 1587, Monte kept him on the map as a ghost king to remind viewers of the riches of the Aztec Empire. Number 8.
Oh Lord.
The giant spiders of Africa, labeled as monstrous spiders. Monty claimed they were large enough to hunt and kill small birds and lizards. Number 9. The phoenix on the Arabian Peninsula. He placed it here because the desert heat was supposedly the only place hot enough to ignite the bird's nest for its rebirth. Number 10. Camel leopard. This was the art of 1587. Monty never seen a giraffe, so he drew a camel with the leopard spots and a massive neck.
Now, what I want you guys to know also is that these aren't in Australia, but down and around in the far south, those Terra de la Cache, Brasilia, Terra Nova, Terra de Brasilia, all that stuff, where the Antarctic Circle would be, you would find a camel, right? Where Australia would be, you would find a camel. That is a camel. That is not a giraffe in Australia. But again, one of the things that Urbano Monti did admit was that he was like, yo, we don't know the South that perfect, right? We don't hang out that much in the South. Now, I could tell that this is part of the North because you have this city, right? This little region right here. You don't have these really in the South. On those southern rings, on those southern lands, you don't have these cities readily available like that. They are not present, but you'll find them peppered throughout the northern regions or outside of the South. Let's continue.
Eunuchs of
Alicorno.
Siberia, labeled as manoceros. Monty thought they were real animals and were just too shy to be caught by Europeans. Number 12.
Okay, so with this thing right here, the alicorno, the alicorn, the alicorn, if you guys are into myth and all that stuff like I am, right? And all those, weird animals and stuff, like I think that shit is cool as hell. Alicorn in English, okay? Apparently, I guess the Italians must have called unicorns alicorn, alicorno, right? Because alicorns are unicorns with Pegasus wing in English. So I wanted y'all to, in case you didn't know, that's what we consider alicorns. Now, this I know is closer to the this here is closer to the Arctic Circle. This I remember being up there in the Arctic Circle. Yeah. So you can see Tartari, something Tartari right here on the edge right there. Hopefully you guys could see it well and it's not too small. Duesono, D'Israel. So there's an Israeli tribe and a tribe of Israel around here, our Soret, the Tabor region. Okay, let's continue.
Number 12. Scythia. Ancient legends said griffins guarded mountains of gold. Monte included them as a keep out sign for greedy miners. Number 13. The merman with the lute. This isn't just a monster. He's a siren of the south, using music to lure Spanish galleons into the rocks. The giant sea turtle, labeled as Espiodechelon, a turtle so big that trees grow on its back, and sailors accidentally try to camp on it.
Which is funny. It's almost as if they make these gigantic turtles that are islands, right? Into what the earth was considered, right? Big old things all over its back, pillars on its back with elephants underneath it. I don't know, some weird stuff like that. But it's funny that they had a turtle with trees on its back and then people try to live on it. That's pretty wild.
15. Monte drew the dragon wings, believing they could stay in the air for miles to escape sea serpent. Number 16. The sea monster versus galleon. In this 1587's Jaws moment, these illustrations were warning labels for investors putting money into trade ships. 17.
Hit
17.
Here's what I
Money.
here's what I think is strange, right? With a lot of these creatures that are drawn in, right? It's almost as if there are some that are after the fact, but then there are some that are before the fact. And what I mean by that is this: these dots, like this motherfucker got chickenpox or something like that. No, these dots, I'm now for certain. Now I am for certain. If there's one thing I'm certain of, it's this: that these dots that make up your ocean or your sea water, your salted water, they're there for distance. They're there to help you. They serve as standard markers, right? So you can help determine lat and long. So it can help you. They're an aid. They're visual aids, right? They're markers. So when you use your protractor and everything else, you can use these right here. And whatever you're making, marking and then circling and then making from going from point to point, you could get your stuff, you can make your measurements, and then you can gently erase it if this was on paper. But it's not. Looks like he used a pastel or he painted it in. But yeah, this guy was drawn in after the fact. That's why you see these dots all over the place. But a lot of these other creatures, 623, a lot of these other creatures, like you don't see them in there. You don't see it on this freaking bird, right? You don't see it on this freaking turtle. You don't, because these things were drawn in prior to them dots getting in there. Like you don't see it on this Nixie right here. Like you really don't. You might see a couple of things, but that could be birthmark. Who knows? But overall, all in all, no. Compared to this Joker right here, look at it. He got dots everywhere, man. Got dots everywhere, man. Look like he washed himself with the inside of a kiwi or something, or a dragon fruit. But let's continue.
Labeled as a place gold grows like fruit. It's the ultimate extra land. Sicorum Regio. Legend said the parrots here were so big they could mimic entire human conversations, not just single words. That was 18. 19.
Terra de
New
la
House.
Koch.
Marco Polo claimed the people were here, idolatrous, and lived in a land where it was always springtime. 20. Melator. Labeled as a kingdom with the spices so strong you could smell the continent for miles.
Java. I want y'all to see that right there. I'll see where it says Java. Java. I think Nova Guinea. Okay, let's let this thing ride on out. But it looks like it's at the equator. This big red line right here. This big red circle. This is the equator. Let's continue.
Out at sea. 21. The centaurs of the outer land. Monty believed that in the outer worlds, the rules of nature were looser, allowing human and animal hybrids to thrive. 22. The roe, a mythical bird from Arabian lore. Monte drew it in the outer ring to show the outer creatures were massive compared to ours.
Y'all know that this bird is not in the outer ring. It is not in. It's around. It's closer, further south. This is not in the outer part of the ring. We come on. Sorry to be so critical, but if you know, you know.
3. Mirror climate. These tables claim that the outer sun is so distant that the people that have cold blood and live longer lives. 24. The portrait of Urbano Monte. He looks like a tired professor. It's probably because he spent 20 years putting all these sheets of paper together.
What's crazy is that this right here on the map itself, you could flip it, right? When I was there out in Stanford, I would go ahead and I would go ahead. I did go ahead and I grabbed this part of his where it's got his little face and stuff. It's like a little cameo, right? Them little brooches that women be wearing and stuff. And you could flip it up and then it shows Urbano Monti like a year later. Basically, it's like at the end of when this thing was made, it shows Urbano Monti, but apparently it took him 20 years to make this thing. So let's continue.
It shows Earth, jewel in the box. Everything in the universe, including the sun and the stars, exist only to serve our central world. All right, I hope you like that. Top 25 points of interest on the Urbano Monte 1587 map. There's so much more on this map to discover. Hope to see you in some future videos.
Yeah. So data B, I think it is. Data 1 Bravo 4. Data 1 Bravo 4. Amazing video. Good video from this guy. I don't even think he gave me the permission to, but I said, hey man, I am going to show your video to my audience today, right? Because I thought it was important to go ahead and show it to everybody. So let me get out of that. Now you can see. Okay, so that was his top 25 takes on the map, which I'm always open to listen to what somebody found inside that map that maybe I might have overlooked, right? Because I almost feel as if sometimes I think I found everything, not even close, not even freaking close. The more I go on in this life, the more I start to realize I haven't even scratched the surface with this map, right? And really, what it is I just hand over hand on this map over again. Now, I'm not going to have you staring at this map, but one of the things I want you guys to pay attention, one just this is just one of the things, and you can do it easy and you could do it by yourself too. What I would suggest, you go to um the Rumsey page, you go to this map, you download this map. Now, I've got two copies, right? I've got a copy that's regular paper where I could mark stuff all over it, put highlighter and everything. Then I got a glossy copy because I put that little glossy stickum paper on there, right? So I could get dry erase and then mark certain territories and everything else, do what it is I need to do. And what I've done is I've looked for every single route outside of the ice. Outside of the ice is what you want to look at, right? And what you want to look for. One right there, right? You have one. And there is no, listen, there is no hyper yellow coloring on Urbano Monty's natural map. There isn't. So everything you see in like a hyper yellow and stuff like that, that's all me. That's what I've drawn. So if you look, one, two, next to Africa, one, next to Australia. Yeah. So south of Australia and all them, right? Or between Australia and this other missing piece of world. One, two, south of Africa, right? Three, the other side of Africa, right? The western portion of Africa. Four, between Africa and South America. Five, right next to between South Africa and South America. Six, the western portion of South America. And then seven, the eastern portion of South America. Those are all exit. Okay, the Summer's Gate. Yes. Okay. All right. Turtle Widgeon. Good to see you. So those all appear to be exits outside of the circle that's enclosing this realm that we live on. Now, I want you to not take whatever you see on this map, do not take it for granted. You need to, if you're going to look at it, go over it, go over it again, go over it again, because we're not guaranteed what we think we're looking at. And the more I look at this map, the more I start to recognize that. So please bear with me, bear with. For all who in here has been told that the world, like the earth wobbles so much that our north pole changes every so often, this one, that one. Who in here has been told that? Who in here has been told that? The North Pole changes like North changes this much, North changes that much every 100 years, every 200 years, something like that. North might shift a little bit. Who has been told that? I could tell you I've been told that. They've swore up and down religion. Yeah, so okay, D-Man, so you heard about it. These colors don't run. Turtle Widgeon. Okay, so all you guys have heard this, right? Let me tell you something. Let's go to the map. Let's go to the map. All we got to do is go to the map instead of me tell you anything. You guys could see it for yourself. Green. There we go. Boom. Okay, so you guys, okay, here we go. So you guys could see the map, right? Okay, no, this one. Yeah, there we go. So now you guys could see the map. Let me get this shit out of here. Okay, so we're here on Urbano Monty's map. Let me get my big ass head out the way. You guys could get the map. Wrong one. There we go. Okay, so here we are. We are going to use Urbano Monty's map and we're going to use Africa, right? But the reason I want to use Africa for a couple of reasons. It is, or in comparison, even though this is big, right? It is right in front of our faces, the bigger continent to work with, right? So I feel that that's a better standard that we could go off of. Now, everybody knows that we have a prime meridian. And let me tell you guys something. I used my protractor with this thing. All of these arcs are 10 degrees. There are 36 individual arcs. We are not used to using 36 arcs. We are used to using 24 arc. 24. Each arc gives us 15 degrees. Every time the sun passes, that is a time zone. It is equal to 1 hour. Now, with each one of these arcs, each one of these meridians right here, where you see the lines drawn, right? Each one of these meridians, since we've increased the amount of meridians we have, and it's broken up into 10 degrees because they're 36, 10 times 36 is 360 degrees, a perfect circle, right? Each one is worth around 40 minutes, right? So it's not a 60-minute arc. It doesn't take 60 minutes from the sun to pass each one of these. It takes less time, 40 minutes. There are more of these, right? What I want us to start recognizing with Urbano Monty's map is, at least I feel, I don't know, I wasn't in Urbano Monty's head. If you do 24 of these arcs, it would be rather difficult strictly because of the size and breadth of this entire map. Think about it, right? You've got shit in this map that you don't have in any other map. You got shit in the south out here. You got shit in the north in here, right? So with this much map that you got to deal with, and then on top of that, you're making it a fucking 10 by 10 map, you're going to want to break it up into more meridian. Basically, more meridians gives you a finer detail. It allows you to work with finer detail of this map. So this map is like a spider web. It's a gridded system. So if you wanted to go by lat and long, it would work, but you have to go off of one where this meridian is, because this is your standard, right? Where your prime meridian in Urbano Monty's map is important to understand that it's by the Canary Islands, okay? The Canary Islands is where your prime meridian is at. So instead of GMT, he might have had Canary MT, CMT, right? Canary Island mean time. So this is your mean time on Monty's map, is the Canary Islands, right? Now, our map, the more contemporary map that we're used to, of course, if you go to any map of ours, first of all, you don't have as many meridians. We already know that. You have 24 meridians. Also, what you don't have your meridian over here. You have your meridian over here. Why is that? Easy. Easy day. You've got England right here. You got England, and cutting through England, Greenwich, right? You've got it cutting through Greenwich. You got it cutting through, I guess you could say, old school Morocco, Algeria area. Through there, definitely Nigeria and Africa. And then further down, boom, right through here, right? So this is your original meridian, or this is our current where the day starts, right? Our day starts right here. Our day starts right here. Now, for all you guys that are looking, I might be telling you something that you already know. Now, you're probably also saying, Vlad, I already know that shit. What's your point? I'm just setting it up because now we're going to go from longitudes, right? Oh, and I want you to recognize that this is 20 degrees out, okay, from where your original prime meridian is. Original as far as Urbano Monty's map is concerned, but your current Gleason's map, where everything starts, GMT, general Greenwich Mean Time, your current prime meridian, right? In today's time is here, okay? So we all agree on that, correct? We all agree on that, right? Okay, it's right here. Okay. Now, though your meridians have shifted just a little bit, let me tell you, I measured these. They're perfect. For a guy that drew this thing by hand, 10 degrees is on the money. So let me show y'all something. Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. Let me show you this. So what I did, if you look at this map right here, I went ahead and let me turn this right here. Okay, good. There it is. There goes Africa. This is why I did it with this map. Okay. This is why I did it with this map, because I could draw on it. I could do what I want. And this is why I highly recommend, if you're going to mess with Urbano Monty's map, I like having a hard copy on. I could have a paper map like this, or I could have a paper, what was once a paper, but if I don't have a pen on me and I have a dry erase marker, I could basically do the same thing here. So what I did, let me show you. I put our today's prime meridian on here. Now, what do you see along the edges right here? You basically see the story of this map, right? These little triangles right here, if you don't know, they're spaced 10 degrees apart, naturally. Monty was a genius. How he did it, I don't know. I don't know how he did it, but he was Let me show you. Actually, let me go to the bathroom first. Let's pause for, I can't even say station identification. Let's listen to some jams real quick. And then I am going to come back and I'm going to show you what just one of the other things I discovered with this map. Okay. I'm going to show you here in a second. Let's take a 5 minute break. Let's come back at 16:17. I'm going to go hit the head real quick. Give me a little bit, y'all. All right. Do you guys got me? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Hopefully everything is good and solid. Okay. Let me show y'all what I came across. So in the beginning, what I asked you guys was, do you remember being told that every so often, right? Every few years there's a slight shift in the pole. And what we've come to know, what we've come to understand, and this is what we were told. Before I continue, Marcy Chan, good to see you, sis. Always a pleasure. Welcome, Wes. Welcome. Good to see you, sis. It's been a while. Been a while, but it's good to see you. Mr. Flat Earth, welcome, sir. Flat Earth 2026. It's good to see you, man. Welcome. Always a pleasure, sir. Actually, you must be new. I've never seen you before, but even still, no harm, no foul, man. Welcome. Have a good time in here while you're in here. Turtle Widgeon. Yep. 6, Santero 59. Pleasure. Yeah. Anyway, so I asked you guys that question just so I can kind of jog your memories so you could say, yeah, I heard that. Maybe I didn't pay it much mind, which is fine. Whether you did or you didn't, it's fine just as long as if you did hear it, that you recognize or you remember that you heard it. Here's why I'm saying that, right? That there was movement, there was this, there was that. One of the things I like to do is I like to let's go back to Monty's map real quick, okay? Because that's where we're doing our thing. Can you guys let me know if you guys could see it? Can you guys see Monty's map? You guys could see it, right? Okay. So one of the things I like to do anytime, whether it's the Gleason map, Monty's map, or it doesn't matter what map, right? Freaking Mercator doesn't matter, right? Every single one of these maps, I like to go over the things that don't change, the things that remain consistent. And what are those things that remain consistent? Can anybody tell me? Go ahead. What remains consistent in this map? Anybody could tell me. And if you know, if you rock with Vlad and you like to watch my stuff, you know one of the things or a couple of the things that, or actually just one of the things that I like to talk about anytime I talk about these maps. Go. Ding 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 ding. Beep, 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 dum, dum. All right. So hold on. Let me go back. See what y'all said. What y'all say? Land masses. All right. Let's see. The center. Okay. I do like talking about the center. I do like talking about the landmass. True. Yes. But you guys don't know. I love talking about the thing like the equator, the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn. The equator, the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn. Y'all, this map is almost 500 years old, people. It's 500 years old. Every fucking map that you go to, your Tropic of Cancer sits between Florida and Cuba. Your equator sits on Ecuador, goes through Colombia and all them other countries, right? Exits, boom, comes around here, hits Africa through Gabon and all these other countries. Exits, comes to right next to thing, right? Underneath India, comes to Sumatra, right here. Remains consistent. Of Cancer, consistent. Your Tropic of Capricorn, South Africa. Yep, South Africa, right here. Boom, consistent. Argentina and them, consistent. Boom, the top of Australia, which this is one that maybe we should pay a little bit more attention to also because Australia in this is big as hell. And the Australia that we know is not put together like this. The Australia that we know is a fraction of. Now, when it comes to Monty's map, family, listen. And I'm going to come in here so y'all could see how serious I am. Look, one thing I want everybody to recognize is that these meridians haven't changed. Okay, I take that back. Your meridians have changed, right? Because of where they set their standard at. Their standard on Monty's map is at the Canary Island. Our standard where we set ours at is at Greenwich, England, right? All you have to do is shift everything from there 20 degrees all the way to Nigeria up to Greenwich, England. And then you have your map. And then you're going to have to get rid of 12 meridian, right? So we can be on time with how we're doing things. You can or you don't have to, but me I prefer to because I want to keep things as consistent as possible with what we have here. Now, the only things Dman exactly. Water levels have changed from 500 years ago. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. D-man, you're right. The water levels have changed. The water levels have changed in some places and then they change in other places. I'll show you here in a second. It's so crazy and drastic. 500 years, the amount of change that's taken place between Urbano Monty's map and our stuff is absolutely remarkable. It has me looking at Urbano Monty's map and comparing it to what we have now so much that I'm like, I must be losing my motherfucking mind. That's how remarkable the changes are that have taken place in the last 500 years, right? And so our standard goes from, like I said, Canary Islands to Greenwich, England, right? Cool. Now, with that happening, not longitude is one thing, but I want you to kind of burn inside your mind that their longitude was just a little bit different. But what's the thing that's going to remain the same and consistent from map to map? And this is something that you should always, always, always pay attention is where your tropics are. Where do your tropics fall? How are your tropics numbered? Now, on Monty's map, just like your contemporary maps, they're measured, your tropics are measured negative 23, 24 around there, 0 to negative 23, 24. And what's crazy is every single one of your tropics run through the same places. It's no different. Let me show you. Where's this shit at, man? I'm over shitting dog. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna show y'all this. Hold on. Let's get out of here and then let me bring this up real quick. Boom. Let me know if y'all could see that. Can y'all see that? Let me make sure y'all could see that. Cool. Y'all see that? Okay. So I use Gleason's map as my standard. Okay. Let's rotate this bitch real quick. Okay. So let's use South America. All right. Remember? Between Cuba and Florida, Tropic of Cancer, right here. At Ecuador or your equator, your blah blah blah, your equator, obvious, right? Then it runs through the other countries like we mentioned. And then your Tropic of Capricorn, right here, like clockwork. So also what I want you to see, right? Not just the drawings, but also the numbers. Maybe you might be able to see it. God dog it. Where's this shit at, man? God dog, man. Motherfucking damn Gleason just making shit just ridiculous. It's like, dog. Oh, okay, good, 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 good. Okay, good. Here we go. Here we go. Here go your number. Here's how everything is numbered. Okay. So right here is like 23, 24 degrees, right? And I'll show you here in a second. 0 degrees, 23, 24 degrees. It all remains consistent. It all remains consistent. We can turn this motherfucker anywhere we want. But what this lets you know is that your sun never leaves these bounds. It never leaves between there and between there. It never leaves between those places. It stays within this gate. It goes up 6 months, down 6 months, up 6 months, down 6 months, up 6 months, down 6 months, so on so forth, rinse repeat. It doesn't change. Now, what's missing here? What's missing here? We don't have this peninsula over here that we're used to seeing, right? Come out here. You've got the Strait of Magellan. Now, look, you see, these guys recognize the Strait of Magellan, okay? Alex Gleason's map recognizes Magellan Strait, okay? Gleason's map recognizes Magellan Strait. Out here would be your passage, Drake's Passage would be right here, right? I want you to pay close attention to this. All right. So your Magellan Strait is between, I think, 55 and 60, some shit like that. 55, 63, some shit. South, like 53, 52, something like that, is your Strait of Magellan right here. So in 1898, between 1893, excuse me, 1893 and what, 1587, damn near what, 300 years, right? Let's just say 300 years. So 300 years difference, okay? 300 years difference. Everybody knew what the Straits of Magellan was. Let me show you something. So I'm going to get out of this real quick, right? We're going to get out of that. We're going to come to me real fast. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all this right there. Okay. Okay. Let me show y'all this right here. Okay. Y'all can see that. Let me know. Then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. All right. So we are in Africa. We are in South America. Cool. Okay. Strecchio de Magellanes, right? Magallanes, right? Okay. So we understand this. We know this to be the Straits of Magellan. What I've done is I've looked between this and this, okay? And then where does it take me? Takes me to my parallel right here, 57, 59, 58, something like that, right? So between this line, this parallel, and this parallel down and around here, 57, 58, is your Strait of Magellan. It's just a pain in the butt because it's here, right? Here it is. See? Look at that. Like clockwork. Look at this big giant piece of land right here. Look at that. And it's mad narrow. It's mad narrow. See how small the Strait of Magellan is? It's narrow as fuck, dude. It's mad skinny, okay? Then you exit, you come out, you go everywhere you want to go, blah, blah, blah. This, that, the third. Okay. Let me show you something real fast. Hold on. Okay. So ignore this line right here. This is your Antarctic circle. Do not pay this any mind just yet. Don't pay this any mind just yet. Just your regular parallel line. Okay. We know, and Urbano Monty knew, and other map makers knew that this is where your lands lie. They're not going anywhere, right? These motherfuckers weren't going anywhere. And to this day, this is where these lands sit. Monty got his information from sailors. D-Man had mentioned that right on the money, right? And basically he drew out what we had back then. Okay. So hold on. Right here again. So between 57, 58, 56, 55, around there, but it's super narrow. It's super narrow. It doesn't encompass all of this. Now, let me go and do what I said I was going to do. Second, go here. Let me show y'all. Hold on before I do that. Nah, I ain't got to do all that. What am I doing, bro? I ain't got to do all that. Nah, I'm doing too much right now. Nah, I ain't got to do all that. Nah, I'm doing too much. Okay, I'm going to show you. Allow. Let's make sure y'all could see that. Okay, so here we are, Google Maps. Okay, so this is Mercator-style. Want y'all to take a look. This Strait of Magellan, Strait of Magellan, Strait of Magellan. Right here. That's your Strait of Magellan. Y'all see that? Y'all see how narrow that shit is? Magellanes. Strait of Magellan. That's remained consistent. Let me show you something. Take a look at this coordinate right here. 52, 48-ish, something like that. 248, and say this right here. 60-ish, 63. And then it tapers down up there 60-ish. All right, looks like the head of a crocodile damn near. 54, 60-ish. All right, now look at this. This is all underwater. Drake's Passage, nice and clear, but also let's kind of show this off a little bit. Let's measure distance. It should be around 2,000 miles or so, right? Something like that. I don't fucking know. What am I talking about? Okay, so 600 miles. 600 miles. All right, 600 miles. The tip of South America right here to this freaking peninsula area. 600-ish miles. 600 miles. That's a pretty big opening, I'd say, right? You could sail a battle group through there, your carriers and a few freaking destroyers and probably a oil tanker or oiler or something. You can sail that through there, no problem. You ain't gonna run into nothing. Drake's Passage. Drake's Passage ain't the best place to be sailing, but with the ships of iron that we have now, it's not going to be that big a deal. Come right on through. Just come on through. Drake's Passage. Now, excuse me. Okay, now let me come back. Where are we? Okay, so you saw that, right? Let me show you this. Here I am. Let's come back to Monty's map. Let me show you. Okay, there we go. No, not yet. Not yet. Now, there we go. Okay, so if you look right here, all this is gone. This is gone. See this where this line is? It's all gone. This is gone. That is no more. This is no more. It's much bigger, significantly bigger. This is gone. So Terra del Fuego, right? They might have kept the name as Terra del Fuego in Gleason's map, right? The southern portion of I guess you could say where uh Punta Arenas is, Terra del Fuego, in and around that area, gone. According to the new maps, because a lot of this wide the hell open. But this right here, look at how long it is. Look at where it takes. Now let me show you something right here, out and around here. And then look at that. You got your mountain ranges. You got a range of mountains. This is it almost appears as if these are the only this is what remains of Terra del Fuego. This shit right here. These little mountains that are just poking up, getting some air. That's what remains of Terra del Fuego. These little mountains up here. Hold on. Let's come right there. Yep, it's the rest is underwater. Monty's map. There it is. So right here, if you look right here, Terra del Fuego, mountain ranges here, mountain ranges here. And this is all you got. And this is what you got. This is why, to me, it is important if you're going to do extensive research on this map, if you want to make, which I think we should do something. And I'm gonna do that myself. I'm just gonna move this, which I've already done, to where it is, and then I'm gonna sketch out where these things are exactly compared to Gleason's map, right? Compared to our more contemporary maps, because it's old stuff, it ain't gonna work. We're not going to get proper coordinates with this. We're going to get old school coordinates, but this don't jive no more because we're not setting our standard as the Canary Islands no more. But as far as your parallels are concerned, your parallels remain consistent. These remain consistent. So also, I want you to take a look. Want you to take a look. 50 degrees, right? 50 degrees, 49 degrees, 47 degrees, all the way down to 90 degrees, 87, 86, 85, so on and so forth, all the way down to 90 degrees. 90 degrees, okay? So all of these are taking you down to 90 degrees. So basically the outer limits of what's been drawn, the very very bare bones outer limits of what's been drawn. Now let me show you this. This is all the map that they're giving us. Look at this. Y'all see that? 84, 84.74, 84.74. And this is my marker. So let's see if we could do this elsewhere. South America, 84. Look at that. 84.6, 84.7. South America, what's this? All right, Australia, 84.4. That's as far. That's all they giving us, y'all. That is all they're going to give us. This right here. That's it. Meanwhile, we got a whole 5 degrees to go. A whole 5.5, 6 degrees to go. That's all they're going to give us. That's it. It's Africa at. Okay, there go Africa. Right there. See that? That's as far down as they're gonna let us. This right here. 85. This thing, I don't know what happened. Something happened. Okay. It appears as if now Urbano Monty, I don't recall reading anything about him going places to do this. He got all of his information from these sailors, right? A lot of these sailors would come back, they'd report to him what they found, what they came across, what they discovered, so on and so forth. He made the map, right, based off of their discovery. And what you'll notice is a lot of these maps remain consistent with a few things. The northern territories remain consistent, like the four heads and stuff that we're used to seeing with them old Mercator and Monty and this one and that one, right? The four heads remain consistent. The South, Monty made all on his own. I haven't seen anybody else ever make a southern regions like Urbano Monty ever made them. And this thing, they're saying that Sir Francis Drake found this route right here, Drake's Passage, in the early 1500s, 1525, 1520-ish, right? Sir Francis Drake, I believe, was British. So you mean to tell me the British didn't get along to him? It took them 50 years, and Monty didn't know about this being destroyed. Something might be off, right? But when it comes to Monty's map, you have this whole region that was made. Now, here's another thing that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention, right? I'm not going to do it on here. I have my reasons that I'm not going to do it on here. But there is a website called marinetraffic.com. Okay, it's AIS website. AIS basically gives you the up-to-date comings and goings of waterborne vessels, right? Unclassified, all that stuff. Now, the how do I say it? Okay. Let me show you on Monty's map. I think that would be best. Let me show you on Monty's map. So these regions right here, this is why you want to know where your longitudes are, your current longitudes. So now, I am going to take you where I want to take you real fast. Okay, so you have one, an opening here. Okay, two, an opening here. And let's see where we are. Look at this. This is only 60 in the 60s parallel right here. Only in the 60s. Forget about it. The 80s, forget about it. But this is only the 60s, right? And look at all these openings. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we counted 7, right? 5, 6, 7. We counted 7 of them jokers. 8? Did we count 8? I thought we counted 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we counted 8. My bad. So you got these things. Wait a minute. Now I'm all jacked up. No, we counted 9. We counted 9 openings. I apologize. It's 9 openings. Excuse me. I apologize. No, I can't count. I feel so dumb. But okay, 9 openings. Excuse me. Not 6. What was my 6 that I counted? I counted 6 something else. It's not even like it's a hard number. 9 openings. Anyway. So you have 9 individual openings. I apologize for that, y'all. You have these 9 individual openings, right? Now, the reason I mentioned marinetraffic.com, this is something that David Weiss does often, right? He will talk about how you have these vessels that go, we don't even know where they go. They just go, okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Get off that. Going to, okay. So what I would do is I highly recommend you do a little bit of digging in here. I'm gonna tell you right now that this is bullshit. It's bullshit. I'll show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. So right here is marinetraffic.com, right? Here's the southern part of South America, Drake's Passage. Okay. But look, hold on. It's coming up. It's right there. A lot of these places, they're there. Oh, geez. Come on, man. Oh, look at this. And then it'll give you, okay, pleasure craft. What the fuck is a pleasure craft doing all the way in here? Yeah. So if you have a paid for subscription, it gives you amplifying information. Vessel detail. Oh, see? Yeah. So yeah. So you got your MIMSI, right? If you have something like a SCONUM ship's control number, so it gives you that basically solidifies exactly what that boat is for the most part. All right. It's the flag flown Marshall Islands, so on and so forth. Boom. Yeah, that's where it is. Let's go back. Okay. If you look at the bottom right of the screen, you'll see it's at 82. 8222. It is at 8222. So let's go to Monty's map. Okay. So this is as far down as they've gotten. 8222. But I want to show you this, right? Oh boy. Okay. This is what sucks about, well, not sucks, but this is why you want to make sure that you shift everything to the right. And you would shift it like 20 degrees or so. But it would make sense that if you find a lot of these vessels, it looks like they're buried inside the ice. They're not buried inside the ice, but this is where they are. They would be through one of these fucking gaps. One of these many, many gaps. Got 9 of them. 9 fucking gaps that you could choose from. 9 individual gaps. We counted them, and then we had to recount them because I fucked up the count. 9 gaps. Let me come here. Ocean Independence. Oh, it's tremendous detail. Nope, just a huge block of ice. Nothing to see here. Move along. Exactly. Exactly. Give me 1 second. What I'm going to do, I am going to let you guys come on up and we'll talk about it a bit. I'm going to let y'all come on up and join me for a bit. We'll talk. There are other things that I found as well, but that right there I thought was something worth talking about, something to glean over, but at the same time worth discussing. Now come on up. Come on up as you seem fit. If you ain't scared, come on up. Join me. Volcanoes, tectonics, mountains. Yep. Yeah, the Azores as well. So that whole region of the map, like that part between Africa and like that part of the Atlantic outside of Africa is strange to me too. That is strange to me too. That I think requires a little bit more eyes on it. But I've never seen a map with where there's a lot of activity in there. That's like Atlantis type stuff. Dman,
What's going on?
what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Sorry about that. You were talking about where that land. Do I sound okay on the radio?
You sound perfectly fine. You sound clear.
First thing I thought of was the Azores Islands because I'd read something about 20 years ago about the Azores that it's actually giant mountains in that it's volcanic activity and all kinds of stuff, and it moved and slid and dropped, and that the actual Azores Islands are the tips of the highest points. Really, those are gigantic mountains at one point that were way ass higher. They're just because it's such volcanic activity and stuff's moving and shifting. And, the first thing I thought of was, well, shit, maybe they had some kind of activity in that area south.
Yeah. Now your Azores, I think, are further north.
Yeah, the Azores are up by the Mediterranean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, it was just the
Not no,
mindset.
not by the Med, but they're like in the Atlantic. They're like in the Atlantic, like outside, way outside of the Straits of Gibraltar,
Yeah.
Atlantic.
But the thing I was thinking about was that maybe that's what happened. And I had mentioned the water levels, that maybe there was some kind of thing that happened with the water levels and it obscured some lower land, because I remember reading something a long time ago about Japan finding all kinds of stuff buried,
That's
half.
you know what? Where you're talking about is where I need to focus on right now, actually. And we're going to talk about what you're talking about right now
Right.
and what I came across. What do you see on the screen, right? Oh, you just see me.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me show you what I came across, and it just blew my mind. Take quick. Okay, Monty's map. Okay, cool. All right, so here we are in the Atlantic. Azores are like around here.
Yeah.
Okay, they're like around here and shit. In this part of the Atlantic, it looks empty as hell. This part looks empty as hell. It just does, right? I mean, aside from the ships and everything, I'm saying it's nothing but water, and like it doesn't show really.
There we go.
Okay, but it shows these Azores. Okay, it's right here. Now, if you look at what's this? Terra Verde, Greenland, right?
Yeah.
Greenland, Groenlandia. They got all kinds of different names. Nova Zembla is like right here. Whole bunch of stuff. You see how Greenland's situated, right? Just
Yeah.
like this. Greenland, right? You've got Chile, Icaria, Friesland, basically, and Hitland, right? Then you got Norway, Sweden, Finland, even though they call this Sweden, Swedia. But Norway, Sweden, Finland, right? And then the rest of your Eastern Europe and shit. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Where we at? There we go. Boom. Why is Greenland situated like this? Bro, Greenland isn't even close to what it looks like on freaking Monty's map. Not even close. Not even close.
That's why I was saying earlier that I think the land masses are a little distorted. Like they're in the right places, the orientation of them is right, but the masses are a little distorted. Like
Let me show you something. So Greenland right here, because I said the coordinates basically line up. 83 at the top, 83 if you didn't see it, so you can see at its very tip top.
Yeah.
83, 34, 83. Let's just go with its long, right? Let's just go with its long. So 83, 59. Okay. 83, 59, like 24 freaking of them joints. All right. So let's go here, bruh.
That's wild.
Where the fuck is it at? And then we know where Greenland sits because this is where the United States is at.
Yeah.
This is where the US is, or Canada, Northern Canada and stuff like that. And then we have Greenland sitting right here, sitting right around here. Dude, could this be Greenland? But even still, even if this is Greenland, where's the rest of it?
I mean,
you
got to remember too that it's wild when you think about that map and you think about how far back it goes. The only input that he had was to get information from sailors.
Yes.
That's crazy that they were able to put that whole thing together on people that were able to go to all of these places and put it all together. And when was this done? 500 years ago?
I know, for the amount of detail, but this is why I painted it and illustrated it the way I did. All the meridians basically gives you more of a granular, like finer detail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It lets you look at the map in finer detail just because of how big it is. It's like, hey man, I want these guys to get the most bang for their buck, the biggest bang for their buck. So you don't have Iceland here, but you have Friesland. So Friesland looks like it's consistent with what Iceland is, 66 to around 63. Now you come here, Iceland, 66 to 63.
Oh, yeah. It says that it's located south of Iceland.
Yeah.
Friesland.
But if you look at the contours of this thing, pretty much.
Yeah, it's close.
Not saying that it is it, but it looks like it possibly could be it.
I think Iceland is right above it. That is Islandra. Hold on.
This is where your longitude. This is where your longitude and its placement. The latitude is damn near spot on. Damn near. Not perfect, but 63, right? Because you have 64 right here. It's 63 and a half and so on and so forth right here to 66. But where the hell is Greenland. This is what we get as Greenland. You got this sideways doodoo thing right here as Greenland.
Yeah, like I said, I think the proportions are a little off because of the date and time of it. They got the in general areas and the in general stuff, but I think some of the proportions are wrong.
But look at what you got here too. You got these cities here. So you got people here. So
Yeah.
you've got correspondence here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like in the South where it's like anything goes and you're like, well, we don't have too many people. Because this is another thing that Monty says. He's like, yo, we don't have too much going on, or we don't understand. I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me, but we don't understand much of what's going on in the South. We don't. But when it comes to the North,
Yeah.
they got that shit painted up. They got cities here, you name it, municipalities, towns, townships, you name it. Look at that. Look at that. All this action going on over here. All that. Look at this. You even got it here, Norlandia.
Well, wouldn't you think that they would do more traveling in the areas that they could travel from land to land? It would be easier than if they're
Yes.
going out into the barren South where there's next to nothing.
There's nothing,
know,
and you don't know
yeah.
what's going. You don't want to die. You're like, I
Yeah.
don't want to go out there freeze my ass off. No,
Especially-
you're totally right.
Out there eating hardtack.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
No,
what I
you're,
mean?
you're totally right. Yeah, you're right. But look
And
at
you got to
this.
remember back
Greenland.
then there was pirates and there was all kinds of crap going on too. There was
Mhm.
really no law of the sea. Everybody was just doing whatever the hell they were. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that their little short hop stuff doing it from the north was probably crazy common compared to going into the nothing south. I mean, they had to talk to some people to make the stuff that's in that map on the southern part of it. I mean, obviously some
Yeah.
people went there and gave them input.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say so. I agree with that. I agree with that. They're like, look, just take my word for it. There's shit down there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, there is shit down there. This is what it looked like. Next.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I mean, what was the big when you think about that time frame, what would be the big reason that you would be on a ship traveling anyway? It'd be for trade.
It would be for trade, for trade, as far as we know, trade, better routes to travel, exploration. So
Yeah,
I feel
discovery.
that the better routes to travel is something that you pick up along the way. That's not your primary goal. But if you found a better way to get around from point A to point B, you would definitely mark that. I tell you this much. When I was doing my submissions, that was something that you kind of took pride in, was a faster route to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And you would get that name. That route would be given to you. If you found a faster route to get from one place to another,
Yeah.
you're given the honor of that route being named after.
And what's
It's
the
great,
shortest
like no shit.
yeah,
You
what's
get
the
that.
shortest
Yeah.
distance between two spots?
It's a line. It's a straight
Yeah.
line. Yeah. Yeah. And you would be given that. Now look at this. More shit that they just erased. They just erased it.
What's the picture of the foot? See it
No,
right there?
that's actually a finger. That's a
Oh,
hand.
okay. Looks like a
So
foot.
at first I thought it was a foot too, but see, it's a hand.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a foot too. Yeah.
It's like a bracelet or something.
Yeah, but yeah, they write stuff in here like, oh, on this parallel you'll see blah 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 at this time, so on so forth, and then they just keep going and then moving and then doing their thing and then So
You could use a translator on your phone
Mhm.
and read all that stuff by just putting it to the screen and
Yeah.
I think you just do a
Mhm.
yeah. That's what's it in Italian?
It's here's what's crazy. Some of it is in Italian, some of it is in Spanish. Most
okay,
of it is in Italian.
So probably different explorers.
Well,
They're-
I don't know because
That's
some of
wild.
it is. Yo, here's what's even crazier. Some of it is in English. Some of it's in English.
Probably because I mean, have you ever heard anybody speak Italian and say certain words and then they just come out with something English because there's no word for them to?
They're like, best I could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like of North, Mare Giaciato, Italian, obviously. Mare del North Giaciato. What's that? What's North? What's that mean? North what? Who in Italian says North? Norte, Norta, Norte. You don't say North. We say North. Italians don't. North.
Hold on.
North
in Italian is Nord.
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 Yeah, Nord. Sure. So septentrionale, I guess is in Latin, is north.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. They're using.
Mare Mastraton, Tempesto, stormy. Either way, Greenland is all fucked up.
Yeah, it's all
Because we
strange.
know, or at least we see on our current maps, Greenland is a big long ass piece right outside the United States. It's big, long as hell.
Yeah, it's
But we
north.
got these,
It's northeast of Canada.
yeah.
Northern Canada.
But this is what we got here. We got these little pieces of fucking doodoo right here, just chilling. Right here, just chilling.
What's that
Nothing
little
taking
circle thing that says there? That little
Virago.
spiral.
This is like a whirlpool, Virago.
Huh.
Yep. This is what I use as my thumbnail actually tonight.
Oh, okay.
Virago, Iasar, Frizzlin, Hitlin, Herda.
Oh, it says. Oh no, that's not it.
Right? This whole thing is just strange because now I'm wondering where the hell is Greenland? I see it here. I see it called Groenland. I see it called Terra Verde or Land of Green. Groenland. I see that. It's long as hell, but it goes sideways.
That map's from 1587.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you got this freaking pole, and then they try to wipe that shit out. Polo something, right? You got this big ass mountain, freaking magnetic mountain right here. Ain't nobody talking about that shit right here. And this is where it stops. Stops right here. Stops right in here. 84. 84. Stops right in here. Boom. At 84. That's where it stops. But they don't show that on this.
No,
You
they
got
don't even.
83.
Yeah.
They fucking fake it. It's fake. I don't think that this is properly oriented, to be
Well, I
honest
mean,
with you.
They would have to manipulate the land masses to compensate for
Look at this.
the
84.
globe.
See that? 84. This is 84 right here. And then you got this this
Yeah.
fucking graphic stick. You
Yeah.
know this shit is fucked up.
They went in there and screwed around with some of the images. I catch them doing it on
Yep.
maps all the time.
But if you look at this graphic stick, this is your international date line. Because look, 179, negative 179, but look at where it's at.
Wow, there's a grid. See that?
Yeah. Negative 179. But watch this. Oh, come on now. Now it doesn't want to give me the thing. 178. No negative. This is your international date line right here. Cuts right through Wrangel Island. This is your IDL. This thing is all fucked up.
Is it doing that grid anywhere else or just there?
It does that here. It does it everywhere.
All right.
Watch.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because remember we
Yeah.
were talking about that sub simulator game that I played and that they have a grid system?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
There you go.
Yes. Right. Yep. Yes, you did. I remember that. But yeah, your IDL's here. This weird graphic, but this is as far north as it goes.
Yeah, it doesn't
84, 84.7, 82, 84.8. It's not going up to 85. Nope. But this is all empty. All of this is empty, with the exception of the top of this, which is 83, the top of Greenland. All of this is empty. But then when we go to Monty's map,
got plenty of crap up
84.
there.
Oh, you got it all right here.
What's the other map that shows the mountain in the middle? What's the other
Mountain.
one where it shows Mount Meru in the center?
Oh, you're talking about Mercator's map.
The really early one though, the like crazy early one.
So yes, that's Mercator's map.
Yeah.
And I think that one's from the 1590s. That's like from the 1590s.
That's the one
It
that
doesn't have
shows the
this
magnetic mountain.
Yes, it doesn't have this star in the middle because
No,
I
no.
feel because when I went to see this, right, out at California, it was as if they put this in as an afterthought.
Yeah, like to shield something, block something.
Yes, they put this in there at the end. And look
That
at
was
that.
interesting.
You can tell that they did because you know why? Like one of the things that I noticed was I was like they put gold and silver, right, on the star. On the shafts of these stars, they put gold in there. They painted gold, they painted silver. And what else did they do? They put it over in there, and you could tell they did because this is the ocean is largely the salt water is largely freaking speckled to give you your distances, right? To help you with your distances. So this also is also speckled. Some of in here is speckled. The gold and the silver didn't really do it much justice. You could see it in here. It fades away, and it's like they put that in over the top. Just like that monster that's down south. Hold on, where's that thing at? That brown monster. Where's that shit at? You know what I'm talking about. He's around there somewhere with them claws.
Oh yeah, grabbing the elephant.
Yeah, right. Well, he's the one that's grabbing at the air and shit. And they were talking about it. He was the Data 1B was like kind of talking about it. He's in there somewhere. We'll come up. We'll run into him. Hey, there he is. See?
Yeah, the long fingernails.
Yep, he's one of them. But I think there's another one.
That's wild.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that's grabbing the elephant.
Yeah, but these, it looks like some of these were painted in there. Let's get who's in here. Geo, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, that's the one that's grabbing the elephant.
Yeah, but these, it looks like some of these were painted in there. Get who's in here. Geo, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, that's the one that's grabbing the elephant.
Yeah, but these, it looks like some of
I
these
think
were
you got me
painted in
doubled
there,
up.
because I could hear myself again.
Yeah, Geo, close the BitChute page.
Geo,
Oh,
how you
right,
doing?
right,
There
right.
we go. There we go. Good to
What's up,
see you, man. Welcome.
Long time without joining your stream.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. I haven't heard from you in a minute, man. How you been?
Good.
You sound a little soft.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Okay,
That's better?
you sound, yeah, that's better. It's a little loud, but you sound
Okay,
better.
how about that? That's better? All right, perfect.
Oh, Geo's gone. Geo's gone. Geo, you're gone. Geo is gone. D-Man, you still there with me? I could see you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I hit the mute. I thought
Okay.
that was it. I thought that was interesting earlier when you were talking about how the center is like a filter, like it's sucking the water in and out. That would explain tides.
Yes. So this is something like, I think we've mentioned that before. Geo, you're back. Good to see you.
Sorry about
That's okay. So I think we'd mentioned that before. Let's go to it real quick. We'll go to it. We will go to it. All right, you got your fucking merman and stuff. Here's the one that looks like he was an afterthought because he's got the dots all over him.
Yeah.
It's like they drew him in at the end. He was like, oh, we might as well just throw another fucking merman in there. What's this?
Got a belly button.
Belly button, or it's just another one of them dots, right? They didn't bother fucking coloring them in there. Like, whatever, man. Just throw some brown on him. He got them dots all over him because look at that. He's part of the freaking tapestry. But if we go to the north, right, and we go with this, yeah. So the guy says, yeah, it's sucking in and then it's pushing out. There's like a whirlpool going on in there. But yeah, this is like chambers of a heart.
Yeah, like a lung. Like
Yeah.
breathing in and breathing out.
Breathing in and then breathing out.
That would explain having to pull water in towards it, kind of like when you've got a drain blocked on the street and you go and unblock the drain and the water comes down and then it re-rains and all the leaves go back there and then the water builds back up again, kind of almost like a lung, like an aqua lung.
Like it's breathing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the world is breathing. Coming in, whirlpool, breathing out. It's like a heart, atriums and ventricles.
Yeah.
What if-
Precious.
Yeah. What if it goes in there and then it comes back out where the underwater vents are? You understand what I mean?
Where?
Right.
So maybe it comes in
Yeah,
someplace.
like it's a one way. Like it's a one way, not a going in and coming out. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah. Okay. So it could come in one way in two of these, perhaps, or maybe one of these, and then it exits.
Think of it like a filter system.
Yes.
Think of it like a home filter system. The water goes in one direction and comes out the other direction as it passes through the filter system and then goes. It doesn't repass through it and go back in through the same direction. So it would come in one way and then go out the other.
I could see that.
Interesting.
And then it feeds this world with its seawater, however which way it wants to do it. And then I guess with the sun and moon, it goes in circles and it does what it does. It's strange though. It's strange. They work together some kind of way. They do work together. How? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey Vlad, have you are you done with your presentation? Like could I ask you about magnetic declination?
Magnetic declination. If you ask me, I wouldn't know what to tell you, but you can present to me what it is you got. Because I wouldn't know what to tell you as far as magnetic declination is concerned.
What do you mean for water? You're talking about?
No. Magnetic declination is what they use with the compass to let's
In
say
the south?
Hey, they do it in the south and in the north.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have seen that sailor that spoke about how he sailed in the Vendée Globe for 2 years and also how he was a sailor and he crossed the Pacific for about eight times. He was
Are you talking about Captain Gunn?
No, Hervé Rivoni. It's something that had.
Oh yes. And so what's his name? Hervé Riboni, and he's the French dude. And what's his name talks about him?
Brazilian. He's Portuguese. He's
Yes.
Brazilian. He speaks
So
Portuguese.
Taboo Conspiracy talks about him. That
Right.
Hervé, right?
I'm not sure. Yes, it's on his channel. That's correct. It's
Yeah,
on his channel.
yeah.
That's correct.
That's one I haven't heard from in a while. Is Terrible Spirits. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
But did you understand what he meant with what he was explaining? I know it's kind of hard because of his Portuguese and trying to listen to him
Not really.
and stuff like that.
Not
Okay.
really.
So, magnetic declination exists
Right.
because it makes sense that if the flat Earth has one magnetical source in the center,
Okay.
there is a limitation to it, right? It doesn't
Okay.
reach out all the way across the flat Earth. It sticks to a point and it stops,
Okay. Sure.
right?
So when do you start to experience it the most? What at what parallels?
Right. So everything in the south is skewed out for the compass, and
Right.
also in the north. And they do it sometimes for to hide the flat Earth. Let's say that.
Okay.
So if you see this map right here, and you see the Gleason's map, you would
Sure.
understand that the two tips, South Africa and South America, are
Mhm.
very far distant away from each other, right?
Right. Okay.
And we see clearly that in the submarine cable the website, right? We don't see a cable connected to the southern tip of South America and also to the southern tip of South Africa, but we see a cable connected to Brazil, to the west portion of Africa,
Okay. Oh, right. Yes,
specifically.
because they're
Yeah,
super close.
specifically matching with the flat Earth.
Okay.
And also, you see, if you see Brazil, where this map is showing it, the red part,
Right
and
here.
when you start going down south, you see it's a big right turn, right? Let's say you're sailing from the north, you're coming down, and you're going by Africa, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to cross in the middle of the two continents, but you're trying to
Okay.
get
Right
to, let's
here.
say, yeah, correct. You're trying to
Okay.
get to, let's say, the tip of South America,
Okay.
right?
Right here.
So let's say you're going south and you're making a straight line. Just zoom out a little bit, right? And move the map a little bit up. No, down. I mean down. Sorry, down.
Okay.
There you
It's
go.
all right.
Keep it there. Keep it there. So let's say
Okay.
you're coming straight up. Let's say you're passing in between the ship and the merman or the mermaid, whatever it is.
Right
You're
here.
going south.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going south, and you stop right there. Stop right there. Go
Okay.
go a little bit. Go a little bit back. A little bit back. Right. So right there is where you can see on the magnetic declination map that you should start adjusting your compass needle in order to match the correct quote unquote magnetic declination.
Okay.
What you're basically doing is that you're changing your course, you're changing your heading,
Okay.
you're turning right.
Yeah, you would always have to turn right.
Correct. Well, not always, just in this
Wait.
case specifically.
You're turning right, like you mean you're going east?
Well, to
West.
stay on that line, you would have to follow
yeah.
the line. Let's say you were going clockwise. You would always have to be correcting the ship to the right.
Right, but we're going south. We're going south. We're not
We're
going east
still
or
going
west.
south.
Right.
Okay. We're going
Yeah.
down.
We're going
Okay.
on a straight line south.
Okay.
So we're kind of dead reckoning south.
Okay.
You know what dead reckoning means in ship terms?
Yeah.
You
Like you're going
one
south.
order-
You're not thinking of going left, right. You
Not
are
giving it
headed.
any inputs, it's just going a
Yes.
straight line.
You're just
Correct,
going a
correct.
straight
So-
line. Yes.
Yes, you've been on ships, man. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
hmm
Right? So you're correcting your heading when you're passing that line to a -10 and then a -20 and a -30. So you're going, instead of, if you're coming from the top going down,
Right.
you're going right. Or
Yeah.
with your mouse, you're going left. Excuse me, of course. With your mouse, you're going left.
Okay.
Like that, yes. So if you look at the globe, if you look at the globe map, like the globe Earth, the two continents are straight down. They're straight compared to
These
this
two
one right here.
continents. You're talking about
Oh, South Africa and South America.
Africa? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the continents are straight.
Right.
The magnetic declination is making the border of South America be more to the right when you go south instead of it being straight.
Okay. So here's South America.
Right,
Can you see
correct,
that?
correct.
Okay.
So when you're going south, straight on a straight line, you're going south, but you're
Okay.
correcting, you're changing your heading,
Okay.
and you're making more of a right turn than you should be doing.
You're making a right turn or a left?
To the left, excuse me, my bad. Sorry, I keep on thinking that I'm the ship going south. That's why I
Okay.
keep on saying right.
Okay. So you're drifting south along the coast of South America. Sure.
And you're adjusting you're already going right on the maps, like the Garmin maps, but you're going more right with the declination. If you understand what I'm saying.
No.
No, because a straight line's a straight line.
Right.
You're rising If you're going from the north to the south, you're actually rising, because if you were standing at the north, everything in front of you is dropping. So you're actually, if you go from the north to the everything from the North Pole to the South Pole, say you're at the north and you're heading south. If you go straight from the north and don't give any inputs, you don't turn the port or starboard, you're still going in a straight line. The only thing that's changing is the angle from where you were to where you're going.
Okay, right, because this Mercator's map is very deceptive. It's deceptive looking at this because you think you're like, oh look, for example, let's see.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do it this way. Whenever you're done, let me know.
2028.
If I may share my screen, I'll show you exactly what I mean. But I'll
The
do
angle
it.
that the angle you're traveling is meaning the angle of the nose is changing. The angle of the bow is changing. If you went north to south and you just went dead straight, nothing's changing. You're still going
Nothing's
straight over
changing.
the shape. The only
Right.
difference is that the angle that the nose and the bow of the ship is changing from
Well,
where you were to where you're going.
you're also cutting if you keep continuing south, you're also cutting your lines of your parallel lines. You're breaking those. So you're heading further south, like you're going to remain on the same longitude, but your latitudes are changing.
Yeah, the bow and the stern angle is changing, meaning that the bow is dropping and the stern is rising.
Is rising. Got you. If you're on a globe.
Yes, you would
Mhm.
it would have to, because
Yep.
how would you go over it? It's not an antipodal thing. That's like
Mhm.
saying that you don't feel the loop on the roller coaster. It's
So
ridiculous.
so basically once you cross this part right here, you see where Gabon and Ecuador is? Like if you look, we're at the zero part. We're at zero. And then once we cross zero, we're at the negatives. -6, -12, -19, because we're going for the south. Now, once we come up here, we're at zero again, +4,
Yeah, once on-
+12.
once you would pass the equator, the bow would actually be lower than the stern.
Yep, I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes, on a ball, on a ball.
yeah, on a
Yes,
ball.
yeah, on a
Can
ball.
I show you guys a presentation for like literally 1
Yeah,
minute?
yeah.
Uh,
Let me go ahead and let me give you the floor. So let me boom and boom. Okay, there we go. What you got?
Are you? Hold on. What's going on? How can I share this? Let me see. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Go. Oh no, not this. Share my set. There we go. All right.
Okay, you at the stage. Boom. Okay, so I guess
Are you seeing my screen right now?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing your screen. Like we're on it still. So, oof.
Oh, you're not seeing the map, right?
Hold on. Oh boy.
You don't.
No, we're
Oh, hold on. Let me try this. Give me one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There it is. So yeah, I pulled myself off, and me, you, and D-Man are off, and it's just the map right now that everybody's seeing. We can all see it.
Okay. So, do you see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay. So if you see America right here, right? This is North America. This is South America.
Yep. And then we could see Central America too. But
Right.
now we see the airplane coming down.
You see Russia also.
Yes.
Right.
And then the North Pole is broken up into its four heads, and Greenland is away from it. Looks like a white arrow, big white long arrow.
Right.
Arrowhead. Yes.
South Africa and
North
also
Africa.
Middle East.
Yep.
Right. So there's a flight. There's a specific flight that goes from. I don't know if you see the arrow where my airplane is pointing at, from Washington D.C. over the North Pole, supposedly almost very close to the center of the North Pole, and then to Saudi Arabia over there.
Okay.
Okay. So let me show you what I believe that they're actually doing when they reach the north. By that, I'm referring to this would be Washington D.C. ish, right? The map is not perfect.
Washington State.
Washington State, excuse me.
Gotcha. Geo, you trail off a little bit, like you get soft, and then we can't hear you.
Okay, I guess my mic is very sensitive with stuff that it picks up in the back. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
What we
so
got
this is
here?
magnetic inclination map. Do you see my
Yes.
mouse still? Okay.
Yes.
You see, if if I'm taking a flight from here
Okay.
and going to the north,
Okay.
you see this right here where I should start
Yes,
changing
I
my heading?
see those things. What are those?
These are magnetic declination that you should adjust for if you're going closer to the center.
Okay.
So it's -10, -20, -30, -40, -50, and then
Right.
when you're coming over here, it's the opposite.
Right. I got you.
See that? It's the opposite. Of course, I guess right in the center is where I see we're -90 here. Well, -90 is over here.
-90.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Just look at this one right here. Do you
Okay.
see the compass?
Right.
Right? Let's say I'm trying to head to the north. You see where the red mark? So I have the airplane sights with the red mark to the compass, and when it's latched to the North Pole. So you see that and if I'm changing my heading, or if I'm going over next to the rope North Pole, it's gonna
Right.
it's gonna move with the North Pole. See that?
Let me see. I
That's how
see
they
it.
actually fly. That's how they actually fly. It's the same shit.
Right.
Right? So if I'm going north, so
Okay.
I'm going 0,
Okay.
when I get over here, the adjustments start and it asks me to adjust 10 degrees. 10 degrees,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right? And then when I travel a little bit farther, I have to adjust again 10 degrees because it's 20 degrees now that I have to adjust.
Right. Because the closer you're getting to the north, the more it wants to, depending on what you're doing, the closer you're getting to the north, the more of an effect that it has on your compass because you're getting closer to the north.
Yeah, I'm not saying that this is what the not what the magnetic field actually does. I'm saying
Right.
that they're using the magnetic declination at certain parts to hide the truth of the earth.
Okay.
Because if I'm gonna be swerving off to the center with the magnetic declination and course correcting my airplane for the magnetic declination, and then
Mhm.
swerving off again over here, I'm not traveling in a straight line anymore.
Well, the
Mhm.
first problem is that simulation is a ball.
What simulation is about?
That simulation right there is using curvature like a ball curvature. It's a globe.
Huh?
Okay, there you go. All right. So pull it forward. All right. So what are they what are you compensating for? If you're going in a straight line, it's a straight line.
Now,
Well,
if you're going in a straight line, what's going to wind up happening is the closer that you get to crossing, either you're going straight for the North Pole, or you're going in relation to you're heading towards that area of north, but not towards the North Pole. So there's going to be more of an effect on your compass strictly because you're heading north. Like if you were further away from the north from the actual magnetic rock
Oh, okay,
and
I
you're
get you.
heading
I get
north,
you.
right, then if you're traveling north, like it's not going to have a drastic effect. But if you're not pointed directly at the rock, but you want to head towards north, it's going to have an effect, like a serious effect on your
Yeah,
compass.
the closer you would get to
Yes.
it. All right, I
yeah,
get
Yes.
it.
Yes.
obviously, this map is very badly scaled, and the map it's shitty. I understand that, but it's badly scaled because it's smaller than what it actually is, right?
Hmm.
But the airplane, the pilots, back in the days, what they used to do is they used to manually adjust for magnetic declination. Nowadays, there's a system that calls they follow the true magnetic north, is what they call it, the true magnetic north,
True
which
magnetic.
already involves the magnetic declination adjustments automatically inside the airplanes. But the pilots are they're taking a
Oh,
straight line. Let's say hold on, let me look at this correctly.
It's like
So
it's
Saudi Arabia is over here, right?
right,
So let's say I'm flying to Saudi Arabia, right?
right.
I'm taking it's a straight line. Either I'm taking the left side of the North Pole, or the right side of the North
Okay.
Pole. I still need to adjust 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm all the way off course right now. I'm not taking a straight line anymore.
Right.
And then I'm adjusting back 10
Oh,
degrees
just so you don't, are you saying just so you
so
don't
that you don't
cross over?
see
Go ahead.
what's going on in the center of the real Earth.
Right, I got you.
You
So
got
you're off kilt.
right?
You're off kilter to the where the true north is.
Yeah, well, your path is not straight anymore. First of all,
Hmm.
it's deviating from the center. But of
Right.
course, these turns that I'm making are not real world. It's a very bad example, but it happens on a long scale with itty bitty bits of turns over,
Over
a
time.
couple of 4 or 5 hours. Like this should be the real speed that I'm going at, and I'm going
Okay.
slowly, and then slowly, and then slowly. Of course, with a bigger map and a longer distance, then I'm going
I got you.
across, and I'm coming back, and so
Right.
why
You're
did I
making
want?
the corrections. You want to know what that looks like? That almost looks like if you started in Chicago, so the northern part of the United States, right? And you were heading towards Japan.
Okay.
That is a common route. That's a common flight. So,
Right.
yes. So,
Right.
right there, and then right, you're going to go over the Aleutians,
Right.
and since you're like taking a Japanese airline, you're not going to cross over Russian airspace because that one peninsula, right? Exactly. So you're going to move to the left. Yes, right there.
By
Well,
this flat Earth map, bro, you're never gonna reach Russia by anything. Because if Chicago, where is Chicago over here? Is it to the left? Right?
Chicago. So where are we at? What are
Right
we?
here.
Where we
This
at?
is
Is
New
that
York right there.
okay? That's New York.
That's
So
Los
if
Angeles
you
right here.
okay, go up.
Okay.
Where are we? Where are we?
That's a very, it's
All
very
right.
bizarre.
Okay, that's Florida. Go straight. Go straight.
This is Florida right here.
Yeah, to the right is Florida. Yes, I see that. And then go straight. And then you see where those lakes are? You can kind of hang out around there.
This one right here.
Straight, yes.
Okay.
And then you
So
can
right
stop.
about here,
Boom.
right?
Yeah. So you're probably up in Michigan and all kinds of weird Canada stuff.
Right.
So yeah. So yeah, you're just gonna go straight for the most part. Yeah. You're gonna go straight. And then let's see what your altitude is. Come up a little bit. Yeah. And then if you look down, right, come up and you look down. Yep. And then just go straight.
It goes over Alaska.
It goes over Alaska, yes.
Yeah, and Russia's on the other side. It's on that Bering
Yep.
Strait.
And then
Yeah,
you got the Bering Strait. Yep.
yeah, you can see that it's just a little bit of maybe of a right turn.
Yeah,
and
if you go to the left just a little bit so you can avoid Russia.
right.
Because you don't want to cross because that sharp ass little piece is your Kamchatka Peninsula and Japan and straight. If you go straight, that's Russia. That's a piece of Russia.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they don't fly over that. Instead, they go to the left to the Sea of Japan and then they wind up landing on mainland Japan, probably Narita or some shit.
I bet you, if I follow the cardinal direction that the ADSB is going to give me, it's going to be the exact same cardinal direction. Maybe a little bit off because not our airplanes are going to. Because I already tested this map with a flight from Los Angeles to
Mhm.
Florida, and it works like a gem.
Yeah, I mean, because Dave did a whole thing. Dave did a whole thing on the actual flight paths that they take, the actual real flight paths. Naturally, they just fly the stuff into a straight line as little corrections as humanly possible. Especially the one where they started showing all of the where the planes had problems mid-flight and they had to land. Of course, they're naturally going to go right to the nearest, but take the same flights and then put them over the globe, and it starts getting ridiculous. It's like, okay, this is
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah. One thing that's very that shows the flat Earth a lot, like I said, the submarine cables, right? Also the flight paths from
Yeah.
let's say Ushuaia to South Africa.
Mhm.
If you look at the globe right here. This flight should be available a long time ago.
There's some that still do it. There's a few that do it.
No. This from Ushuaia to South Africa, they don't fly from here to here direct. And the Ushuaia is an international airport.
Do they
now.
go north? They fly north, don't they?
So
Like
they
over
go
the yeah,
Brazil or South Brazil, and
like up to what, Italy or some shit?
very weird shit going all the way to Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, they go way up
Yeah.
and then they angle back down again.
Then they come back down.
But when you look over it on a flat surface, they're not doing
There
that.
we go.
Look at this. Look at exactly where I'm gonna fly at if I take
Okay.
this route right here. Look at
I
what
like this. I like this model that you put together, by the way. That's pretty damn dope, bro.
look at what's in my path, bro. If I go
Yeah.
straight from Ushuaia,
It's yeah. So you going over Uruguay and all that stuff along the damn
They-
eastern
yeah,
portion?
they take a stop around here in Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep flying this way,
North.
and it's easy to get to Saudi Arabia here. Because Saudi Arabia
Right.
should be around right here.
Yeah, that's right over the Red Sea. So
then
it looks like you're on the east, close to the eastern portion of Africa.
Yeah, and then you take a direct straight flight to. Oops, went through the earth.
Let's see where you at.
Then you take a direct straight flight from there, here down here. But look how far that shit is.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, it's
Damn.
not-
here. The first time I said that this doesn't work at all, but then I started looking at the data and the flights and the submarine cables, and all
Hmm.
kinds of crazy stuff. Some of these flights do come to from Ushuaia. They always stop in Brazil, and some of them stop over here,
Where?
around here,
Oh, you talking about
around here.
like Gabon, Equatorial Guinea and stuff?
I'm not sure what's the
Yeah,
city.
that's Gabon, Equatorial Guinea.
D'Ivoire, if I'm not mistaken, Cote d'Ivoire, something like
Cote
that.
d'Ivoire is further south a little bit, but
Okay,
that's Gabon. That's where the equator sits.
okay,
Gabon.
okay. And then they
Hmm.
come over here. I think
Okay, South
flight
Africa.
from Brazil all the way to here, they don't make it very far away, but from here, they take a stop over here, and then they go down here.
Yeah, Geo. This model, Santero's saying dope model, Geo. I agree. I like this thing. This is like a really good simulator. This is really, really nice.
Yeah, people it's hard for me to show this because on TikTok they're gruesome, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, they,
the globe flights are really bad when you see them on a map.
ooh,
Then when you look down, like you're looking down on a pizza, then you
right.
really see that okay, yes, they are doing the straightest line possible to get where they got to go.
Mm-hmm.
It would make more sense to do that because they'd save more money. You wouldn't have to go completely in the opposite direction to do a giant triangle to get to it. They
Right,
do
right.
have spots where they would stop to refuel naturally, or if they have an emergency, they have certain places that they will go off of the route that's as close as humanly possible to the route they're taking.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show this real quick now with the explanation that I showed you from the North Pole. Let me
Mm-hmm.
show this to you for a second. So if I'm going south in between the two continents, right? This is Africa.
Africa and South America.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Africa right here, South America right here, or Brazil right here. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
that. And I'm going south. This doesn't this magnetic declination is not as steep as it is in the north than in the south, but it still matches
Still
something
present.
here. So if you see,
Okay. Go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, if you see my cardinal direction right here, let's say I'm taking the route of 200,
Right.
almost south, or almost south. Let's
Okay.
go right here, and I'm going straight on the globe. South America should be over here.
Right.
It was a globe because the continent
Bro.
on this right here
Mm-hmm.
is straight. The border is almost. It's of course it's not.
Oh, right, right.
It's a
Looks
little bit,
wedgy.
but the flat Earth it's more slanted. It's over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's over here. Okay.
Bro, you know what I think you should do? I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No, it's
but I'm
okay.
looking at this thing. I think you should put those land masses that Monty has, you should put those on there. But then what you should also include is the way that our traditional, our current lines of latitude sit. Not latitude, but our lines of longitude, excuse me.
Yeah,
The way they sit.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. Santero, how you doing, family? How you doing, bro?
What's
Long
good,
time no speak.
family? What's good? What's good? Gio,
What's up?
Dman, what's up, Mr. Vlad?
Good to see you, brother. It's been a while, yo.
Good to see you too, guys. Hey, nice model, man. Nice model. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
thing
Good
is
job,
amazing.
man. A lot of work there. It's
Hmm.
not easy.
It
Yeah,
took me a year and a half.
Gio, if you put those pieces of land that Monty has, because I've been showing that those things are they are where, like, every other continent that we have before those other pieces of land that we don't see at all. Every other continent is there for the most part. It's
Yeah,
where it's supposed to be. Exact, and this is why I went through the painstaking of like, look, like the lats or the longitudes or the latitudes haven't moved at all. So that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Now, whatever the continents have done is I don't know, and whatever the water has done, I don't know. But the longitude or the latitude hasn't gone anywhere at all. So the longitudes, all you have to do is put the longitude where they belong, and then put those little land masses that we're not used to seeing in there, man. You got yourself a freaking good working Urbano Monte
yeah.
model based off of where our prime meridian is. A
You
good
know,
working model, actually.
you know
Right.
what's funny though? My friend went to Japan last year from Madrid, and when he
Hmm.
came back, he told me like, "Man, I'm starting to think that there's something weird because we came back from the strait between Russia and the States, and isn't it closer
Very.
if we go the other way around?"
Yeah, you know what? That's what's
And he was,
crazy. There was this
yeah,
lady
yeah,
that did a episode on that, and the Bering
What?
Strait is a
Yeah.
lot bigger than what we're told.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
wider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's wider.
lot wider.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
some videos. He sent me some videos. Maybe for the next time I'm gonna show it to you. And he told me like, man, this is weird because why we passing nearby the North Pole if we can come from the other way to Madrid?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
looked it up. I looked it up real quick, just a curiosity. There is direct flights from South America to South Africa. It's Sao Paulo to Johannesburg.
Sao Paulo is Brazil.
It's
Yeah,
Brazil.
Brazil. So Cape
Oh,
Town
Yeah,
that's
yeah. From
to
Brazil,
Sao Paulo.
Brazil is like central. Is like central South America.
Yeah, it's as deep south as I could find that has a direct route. The other one's Cape Town to Sao Paulo and Landa. I can't say it. LAD to Sao Paulo. I can't find anything further south than that. That's a direct flight.
Correct.
It says it takes
There's-
between 8 and 10 hours direct. No
That's it?
refuel. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow,
There's
that's pretty.
there's
That's a pretty
there-
fast flight.
there's the Ushuaia airport is compatible with A320s. It's a good enough airport, and they say that they also accept A320s there because A320s are one of the most commercially used airplanes nowadays because it's pretty advanced and it's
Yeah.
the technology.
Every other flight is an indirect multi-stop flight from
Correct.
From Buenos Aires, Santiago, Lima, Peru, and it's LATAM or European Airlines are the only ones that are doing that
Right.
multi-stop trip. All the other ones are only two companies that are doing it. That's it.
Yeah, so Brazil,
Wow.
it depends on where you're taking off from Brazil because let's say there's none that comes to here from here all the way that goes directly over here. That doesn't happen. But Brazil is very big. It's huge. So I'm pretty sure the direct flight. You said the direct flight to South Africa starts from Argentina.
From
From
geez.
Sao Paulo.
Sao
Sao
Paulo.
Yeah,
Sao
Sao
Paulo, bro, is over here. So
Where's
that's
here? We
extremely
can't
over
see nothing.
here. Over here.
Yeah,
We
Sao
can't see
Paulo, Sao Paulo to Johannesburg, Cape Town to Sao Paulo, so it can come back to it from Cape Town, then Launda to Sao Paulo.
Launda.
Yeah, that's it. It's the only thing I could find. Every other one is it has to go north. It's going like northeast from Sao Paulo. It goes way the hell up. Then it angles back down like it's going south, like it's going southwest to come back down to the same point. It does like a giant V, like an upside down V.
I'm trying to share this stuff again, Vlad.
Yeah, let me see what you got. Oh, my bad.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's you. There we go.
Okay, so Sao Paulo's over here. So that's
Yeah.
that's so close to going over here to be going from here. You
And
understand?
then you said to South Africa, D-Man?
Yeah, to Johannesburg.
Okay. All
Correct.
right.
Yeah, that's if you look at the map, Sao Paulo's over here, so it's way closer to South Africa rather than closer.
Yeah, it's just it's a 8 to 10 hour.
Yeah,
I mean, it took me, in half that time. Well, in 3/4 of that time, I went from Boston, Massachusetts to the as far northwest New York as I could go. That was like 6.5 hours driving at 60 miles an
Damn.
hour. So it's like, damn, that's a quick.
Damn.
But you remember they're going what 400 or 500 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
So they're covering a lot more distance, but I mean, it doesn't seem like long. It's only 8 hours and you're there. It's like, oh, hey, we're here. You coughed and took a nap and woke up and you
The
were there.
worst is when you fall asleep, you wake up, you're still on the tarmac.
Yeah,
You hadn't even launched anywhere. It's like, fuck. Yeah, that's like I got 4 hours sleep and I woke up and it's been only 18 seconds.
yeah.
yeah. So Vlad, what I was trying to say from the magnetic declination, man. So if it's already like a little bit slanted to the right, on a globe, they're
Uh-huh.
making you move more to the right by adjusting for the 10 degrees and adjust for 20 degrees when you're going down the continent of South America. And that's how Rivi Riboni was explaining how they hide the flat Earth map, using these magnetic declinations.
Dude, I wonder if it's more shaped, not a perfect circle, but like a ellipse. It's lopsided.
What is?
The world, it's not perfect. It's not perfectly circular. I think it might be a little lopsided.
Well, some people think it's bigger.
Yeah.
That the whole world isn't just the 60-degree fence that's keeping
Right.
that we can't pass by. That it's actually just a circle in a much bigger circle.
Right. Right.
What's the
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like the moon
Like those
map
Russian,
and
those little Russian dolls and stuff,
yeah,
like
like
an
the
egg
moon
inside of
map.
an egg.
Yeah, like the moon map stuff. When people start talking about the moon map, what's that clock that you that's in Europe?
Oh, the Prague,
Yeah,
the
Oh, you
Prague
put
clock.
a lot of work in that, man. I
it's a
love it.
gear and a gear. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
gear inside of a gear that's turning
Yes.
inside of it. So the idea is that yeah, the wherever the sun and moon is spinning, that changes, and wherever the sun and moon spins, well, that thaws out, and the stuff where I mean that kind of crap. But the
Mhm.
idea is that that is inside of a cog. It's a gear inside of a cog where
Yes.
the teeth are facing inwards and it's spinning inside like a ring gear. But I mean, some
Wow.
people think that it spins around and changes and thaws out new lands. I mean, I don't know. It's just a theory, but
No, no, no. I like it. I think you might be onto something. I think you might totally be onto something. Now, there was another show there was a video I was watching. I forgot. It's like Mind Something, and this guy was talking about, he the other day he had Eric Dubay on. He had Eric Dubay twice on his show. His name is Chad. He had Eric Dubay twice, bald-headed white guy. And what he was
I
talking
stopped
about.
hearing a Vlad, so you can take it off.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Right there.
Vlad, check this out. Check this out.
What's up, man?
Check this out.
Hmm.
This is from my friend. I think. Yeah. You see?
Oh, well, yeah, 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 yeah,
Look
yeah.
at that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now
Hmm.
let me show you another one. I think I have another one.
Yeah, that's
This is
exactly how the map
this is
showed it
him.
to me.
Where's he coming from? Japan? It looks like he's coming
Yeah,
from Japan or
Japan. Yeah.
something.
And
Yeah,
look at this video.
because I have the same. Because I was heading to Japan, and I have the same one from Chicago, cutting basically right through there, and
So
then
which airports are these? Which airport in Chicago? Which airport in Japan?
so from Chicago would be O'Hare Airport, and then in Japan it varies. Like sometimes you might land in a Narita Airport, depending on where you're going. Like Narita,
Noritake?
if you're going like with All Nippon Airlines, or if you're going with Japan Airlines JAL, a lot of times they like landing in Narita.
So that would be Noritake.
I don't know.
Trying to put another one, but it doesn't charge anyway.
man, I used to stare at the screen on the back of the seat in front of me that would show it going over globe and doing all the graphic while you're sitting there
Hmm.
looking at the thing, getting loaded while you're sitting there looking at it. I told the story real quick. I told the story about me and my friend got on the plane and they actually cut us off on the plane. You know the little nip bottles? We drank 24 of them. Two of us. Loaded.
What is this?
This is him coming from the Bering Strait.
Oh,
Look at this. During the day, which is not normal,
right.
Look at this. Crazy.
It must have been summertime.
Yeah, it was summer. But the thing is, like, he told me, man, as soon as he landed, he sent me this. He was like, well, I'm starting to think you're right about what you were telling me.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. So is this Alaska? This is Alaska, right?
Yeah,
That
this is not Alaska. This is near
Russia.
the north. Yeah, the North
Closer to
Pole.
Russia.
okay.
Further,
gonna-
yeah,
Bering Strait.
further away.
Yeah, it's wild.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna go to Qatar last year. Not Qatar. Yeah, Qatar. I was gonna go to Qatar last year, and
Mm,
a buddy of mine said, "Don't go. There's all kinds of shit going on there. Don't do it."
yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't go.
Yeah. I think they destroyed the freaking air base. I used to go to Qatar all the time. They destroyed Iran destroyed the fuck out of that.
I was planning on doing it. I had everything kind of lined up for it, and
Yeah.
all that stuff started to pop off. My buddy, who's
Al
kind of
Udeid.
he's connected, kind of told me you don't want to go there right now.
That ain't Al Udeid Air Force Base. Yeah, man. You don't want that. The deed. Al Udeid. Yeah, man. Ain't nothing over there for you, man. Ain't nothing over there. You don't want that. And what we got? And y'all, I have got to cut it short. This shit was dope as hell.
I want to do.
Thank
I
you.
want to do. I'm gonna do that for you next time if you do go live.
Yes.
Oh, not
Yes.
the Monty Urbana yet. That's gonna be a shit hell of a lot of work, bro. But one
All
thing
right.
I'm gonna try to do. No, I'm gonna work on it, bro. That's fine. Like
Yeah,
it's high definition enough for me to
bruh.
have an easy model to work with.
If you put Monty's map in there and just set the longitudes at their correct places, how we have them,
Yeah.
bruh, it's gonna be fire. I'm telling you. I am telling you, it would be fire. Because right now, this is what I've done with that. That's essentially what I've done with this. And when you go to marinetraffic.com, like I was going earlier, you see those freaking things in there, but you can't go off of what Monty's map says strictly because Monty's map has your it has your longitude at the old place. You want your longitude at the current place to see if those match up to where those little channels are. If those match up to where the channels are.
Right.
And real quick before you boogie, I put you were talking about that ship that showed up way down out in the middle of nowhere, the Sarah J.
Yes.
I put a link in the private chat for you in the back.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
What I wanted to do for you, man, is to
Yeah.
plot
Thanks.
that flight that goes from Chicago to Japan
Okay.
to make sure that it's not to make sure, but to see if it works correctly with the cardinal direction of the compass to what
Okay.
they say. So where you can get this data is let's say flight aware. You choose the
Okay.
flight and then you get something that's called the ADSB and you go to I'm not seeing this anymore with the what the hell or D to hold on. Well, you get the data of all the whole flight's cardinal direction. Oh, here it is. Well, that's Japan to Japan. From all the way from Chicago all the way to Japan, and with the flight that I set from Los Angeles to Florida, it matches with the map and the cardinal direction and the compass that I showed on the map. But I'm gonna do the one from Japan because that's a pretty cool flight to do. So maybe next time, man,
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring that up.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Man, shit. Oh boy, tonight was quite extensive. Man, there was so much that we kind of poured over. That was real good, some real good stuff.
It's good to see you
Yes,
guys.
yeah, I
Mm.
really want to see that. I really want to see you put that together. I know it's going to take some time, so I'm not in no rush. But whatever you come up with, man, I'd really like to see that. Yeah, you did a real good job with this right here.
Took me like a year and a half.
Oh,
No, it's because I didn't learn Blender before this. I learned
oh,
Blender while doing it.
okay, okay.
One quick
This is the
last
only
thing too.
way to learn, man. This is the only way to learn, doing stuff, you know?
One quick last thing too. If you were to get close to the north, especially if you were on the side of that, if that was the magnetic north, and the true reason that everything is pointing north is because of some magnetic center, mountain, whatever you want to call it. The closer you would get to that, is you would pass by that in a shorter circle. That you going past that would be almost immediately. You'd be like, "Drunk," and that thing would flip the other way real
Flip,
quick.
yes. As soon
Yeah.
as you
Mm.
pass it, it's like whoop. Yep.
Exactly.
Boom, right round, yep. Whereas if you were further out, that sweep would be a lot slower as that thing would pull to it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
even flying over it would probably send that thing into a little whirly until you started to
I
get a
was
little distance by it.
Oh yeah, because that area is big, bro. It's huge.
It's huge.
And so yeah, I don't know. You gotta leave, bro. But there's a video that's called "Sailing Off the Chart."
Can you share?
No, I'm not gonna share it now. He wants to leave, bro.
I mean,
But-
can
Yeah.
you share the link? The link.
Yeah. If you could put the
Yeah,
link
sure,
in the
bro.
thing. Yeah, because
I'm,
my
I'm
black
sure.
ass. Yeah, bro. I gotta be up in 4 hours.
yeah, you gotta
I
go.
go do your thing, man. Good
Well,
to
I
see you guys.
Y'all know
I'll
I
put
be
it. I'll
pushing
put
the
it, I'll put it in
envelope.
the comment section below, you guys. I'll put it in the
Yeah.
comment section. Go watch it.
All
It
right.
shows how the
Bet,
map
bet.
ends at the 80th,
Hell
and there's
yeah.
no map between the 80th to the 90th, which is fucking weird as fuck.
Okay.
I'm sure it gets to the point where you get far away from the north that it doesn't register north anymore. There's got to be a point where you pass that there's no more north. It just doesn't go to north anymore. It would have to pass by where it just doesn't have the energy to turn that thing. That's it.
Turn your plane
Man, this
around.
place is weird as fuck, man.
Thanks for having me on, Vlad. I appreciate it. It's good to see you,
Oh,
bro.
no doubt. D-Man, anytime, bro.
Thank you, my
D-Man.
brother. Thank you, Vlad. Have a good
Oh,
night. Gio, my brother. Good to talk to you,
Santero.
hermano. I hope
Hell
everything
yeah.
is okay.
We're
Hell
good, bro.
yeah. Every man, it's always a pleasure having y'all. D-Man, much appreciated. Santero, much appreciated, bro. Geo, same thing, much appreciated. Always a pleasure having y'all. I know I don't get on as much as I used to, but hopefully soon that's going to change. I've got a lot of information that I have to fucking, I gotta spit out there. Shout out to y'all again for coming on out. I know it was a last minute thing, but again, you guys make up for it. So fam, before I get up out of here, you guys are bringing us closer to
I
the
like it. Good. That's
It's
a good
easy.
gig.
It is
Yeah.
a good gig. It pays
tried
well.
See, oh, okay. Before I get up out of here, you guys are bringing us closer to
I
the
like it. Good.
Geo.
That's a
It's
good
easy.
gig.
It is
Yeah.
a good gig. It pays
tried
well.
Geo, there's a lot going on. Like it's being
Before I
recorded.
get up out of here, you guys are bringing us closer to
I
the
like it.
There we go. Better.
Getting out of
I was gonna say I sound crazy as hell, man.
here.
But all right, good to have you on, family. Good to have you on. Hey, family, yo, I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. Thank you so much for making tonight possible, especially the transfer over from there to here on Rumble. Much appreciated, y'all. Much appreciated. Just so you guys don't forget. Oh, shout out to Greg B. Greg B, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that amazing donation. You got us a step closer. We are almost there, y'all. We almost there. We almost there. Phase two's almost done. Phase two's almost done. You're gonna get a little something in your hands very close. Greg B, hit me up on ironwork92000 at gmail.com. I got something for you. Hit me up. You gotta hit me up on my email though. Okay. I got something for you. So check it out. Check it out. Right there. That right there. That right there. I'm gonna point one more time. It is the hours. I'm going to pin it to the top so you guys can get it. That right there. Please donate to the hours. We are in phase two. We are almost done. I'm going to probably drop like 5 tomorrow. But yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done with phase two. So it's 3 phases. This app is definitely worth the damn food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Definitely worth the juice is worth the squeeze. So put in for the thing. You don't have to break the bank. Get me a coffee, whatever it work. You know what I'm saying? Get me a coffee. Donate to the hours either on PayPal or on Cash App. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Anyway, family, I really appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank you again, Dman. Thank you, Santero, and thank you, Geo. Thank you so much for coming on through. Much appreciated. And oh yeah, and no, I don't. No, RG didn't come on through, but yeah, for everybody that showed up tonight, much appreciated. That was fun. I want to do it again here soon. The sooner the better. There's a little bit more in the map that I wanted to go over, but that was a pretty damn dope model that Geo has. Geo, that thing was amazing. Thank you for bringing that to the forefront for all of us to get to see. That was dope. I think we're going to be seeing much more of that in the future with the things that he's planning on adding to it. So keep an eye out for what Geo's got here in the future for that model right there. Anyway, fam, that's all I got. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all's thing. It's late as fuck over here. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. Most of all, wisdom, 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 family. Y'all be wise. Y'all be safe. Make sure y'all got me here on Rumble and make sure to donate to the hours phase two. We are almost there. We're almost done. Anyway, fam, that's all I got. I love y'all. Much love, much love. Let me go ahead and we're gonna call tonight. We're gonna call tonight it, man. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna put an end to the night. All right. Much love, much love. You guys have a good one. See you guys on the other side. We out of here like Vladimir. Peace. No, not that one. Sure.